With a disappointing start to the season, Arsenal got their club back on track last night as Arsenal beat Brentford 1-0 at the G-Tech Community Stadium. Brentford played a strong side while Arsenal used some unexperienced youngsters and got the job done on the day. With impressive performances all around the pitch and big talking points back in defence, here are 5 things that we learned from the Arsenal and Brentford game. Hey guys, it's Woklz here and welcome back to the Woklz channel. Great night it was last night for us Arsenal fans as Arsenal beat Brentford 1-0 to go through into the next round of the Carabao Cup. So if you want to know more, please like and subscribe to this channel and check out all my other content in the description. Starting off with Jorginho's redemption. Now against Tottenham, obviously Jorginho came on at half time and ended up making the mistake for the late equaliser for Tottenham to make it 2-2. But Jorginho started in this game and was actually the captain for Arsenal and showed that experience and leadership to help the young side overcome this team. And brilliant performance by Jorginho. Just looking at his stats here, he made 71% of his tackles, 2 clearances, 1 headed clearance, 3 interceptions, 7 recoveries, and he only got dribble past once. His ground duels he won 8 out of 9. He made 3 out of 5 accurate long balls while also making 10 passes into the final third, showing some of that creativity that Arsenal have been lacking recently. People can say what they want about the Brentford team, but they actually put one of their strongest 11s out this game, and Arsenal's midfield I felt worked really well in the centre. Obviously every single player in there has got a point to prove and got a lot of discredibility this season. We've got Kai Havertz, who a lot of Arsenal fans are very divided on, and Smith Rowe, who Arsenal fans love but Arteta hasn't given many minutes to this season. And I thought overall them 3 midfielders worked perfectly together. Smith Rowe is brilliant at driving with the ball into that attacking midfield role like Odegaard does, and he nearly scored a goal in the first half. Havertz also had a quietly decent game again, but obviously people won't talk about it, with FootMob giving him a 7.2 rating, one of the highest he's had at Arsenal so far this season. Time will tell to see if Havertz really kicks on into this team, but I do think that he's a brilliant option and I think he is improving every week. Moving on to the second thing, the Hale End produces quality. Now the Hale End was the front 4 of all of Arsenal this game. They had Nketiah, Nelson, Smith Rowe and a surprise Senghor Jr. playing his first game for the club. Now the 19-year-old Senghor Jr. struggled to really get into the game, but he is very young and it was a very hard opposition he played, and he ended up playing 68 minutes for the team. And while he struggled to get on the ball and it seemed like he was very nervous at times, he made most of his passes, making 11 out of 13, but only touched the ball 20 times in the whole 68 minutes. I'm sure when he plays more and there's more confidence within this man that there will start being better performances. It just seemed very nervous night, but it was a great start to Arsenal career, getting a win and helping out with the Hale End boys, who he obviously knows quite well. Now another brilliant performance was Reiss Nelson yet again. Now Reiss Nelson is providing a great backup option for Saka on that right wing, and even though we could have bought another right winger in the summer, it seems like they are encouraged by Nelson's start at the club this season and at the end of last season, giving them that new contract. Nelson played brilliant this game and actually ended up scoring the winning goal and had 2 shots throughout it and had expected goals of 0.6 through it. And the winner was very well taking his time to make sure the defender made that mistake where it bounced off him and just placing it into the corner. It was brilliant composure by someone that's really got a good chance this season to really stake his claim for a lot of minutes in that Arsenal squad. And the other Hale End product is obviously Eddie Nketiah. He played very well this game I felt like and got an assist for the only goal of the game. Arsenal didn't have much pressure on the ball, so he's not going to get many chances or he's not going to get the ball that much, and he didn't really get the ball that much as we saw with the other 3 up front. And despite being dispossessed 3 times, he actually did 3 recoveries and did 6 out of 14 ground duels. So he's not winning the most, but at least he's getting in quite a lot of them, so he is putting himself about. But Eddie I thought was actually not as bad as people say it out of be, and it's better to play him in these games I feel like when we're playing cup game. Moving on, Arteta is not afraid. It just seems like Mikel Arteta is not afraid to provide a different team every single game, and in for these cup games he really doesn't care about rotating the whole team. We've got to see a lot of new players played in this game that we don't usually see. Arteta has proven to everyone that if you play well you will get chances in this team. I mean, Senghor Jr. was not a person expected to be played in this game. Even from the academy people were expecting someone like Sousa from left back to get more of a chance than him, and Woklz was on the bench today. He didn't come on, but he's definitely an option still there. Another defender of course. Put a lot of faith into a 19-year-old who's a winger, and wingers a hard position to play, and it's really encouraging to see these players come for your Hale End as an Arsenal fan and see them play for your team. Arteta is definitely inheriting the academy very well, with Per Mertesaga's head of youth development clearly helping. Moving on, the fullback situation is getting better. Now Arsenal have been struggling with their fullbacks all season, with Timber obviously getting injured earlier on, Zinchenko not being fully fit, with Partey having to play him right back inverted further on start of the season. But in this game Arsenal actually decided to play Tomiyasu at right back and Kivin Kivior in left back. Now, two very physical defenders who have both played centre backs are very much like Man City style, with two centre backs playing as full backs. And I think in this game both of them were fantastic. Tomiyasu ended up getting man of the match on the Arsenal website with people voting him, and we know Tomiyasu's quality from his time in Japan, even when he played against Germany for Japan a few weeks ago and he got man of the match in that brilliant 4-1 win for the team. And it's clear that he really is a really good right-sided and left-sided defender. He can play on left back as well, but he definitely feels much more comfortable in that right back position. And Kivior as well was very encouraging in this game. A starter for Poland, of course, and he's been brilliant for Poland for many times. And in this game, he was absolutely phenomenal for Arsenal down that left. Not a natural left back, of course, he's mostly a centre back, but his physicality and his strength and his pace is very, very good for the future of Arsenal. In this game, he made 66 out of 71 accurate passes, having a 93%. And he ended up making 1 clear off the line, 1 block, 2 clearances, 1 headed clearance, 7 recoveries, which is really good, 2 interceptions, and he only got dribble past once in the game. So he was really, really good on that left side, up against some really good players, of course, such as Mbuemo. And the last thing that we learned was Aaron Ramsdale is back, baby. Aaron Ramsdale was given the start of this game, obviously after getting dropped necessarily for Raya in the last few games. Now, some people have had discussions on who's actually the better goalkeeper, with it being very undecided if actually Raya is better than Ramsdale. But Raya was pretty good since he started. He got 2 clean sheets and obviously conceded twice against Tottenham that weren't his fault. And he did that amazing save in that first half from Son. So there's definitely a way of him getting in there. And there's been a lot of criticism of Ramsdale for clapping Raya and people saying he's too nice. And I just think that's just a bit stupid. It's nice to see people supporting each other. And people have been criticising Arteta, saying that it's not going to make players better. Your goalkeepers aren't going to get better with more pressure. But in this game, this is one of the best games Ramsdale's had for Arsenal in a very long time. Definitely his best game this season. That save he did in the second half from Visser is absolutely phenomenal. How he gets his reactions and just saves it onto the post. In this game, he only did 3 saves, but Brentford had an XG of 1.5 and they didn't score. So that is brilliantly down to Ramsdale. In this game, I thought his passing was improved as well. He made 51% of his accurate passes, but he was trying a lot of long balls this game, only doing 9 out of 29. But he's definitely trying to improve that aspect of his game. He did 9 recoveries, he did 2 throws, and he did 2 saves inside the box, and then also did 2 diving saves. So Ramsdale had a lot to prove, and I think he was very good. And I think Arteta's philosophy has actually worked very well in this game. It'd be very interesting to see if Ramsdale does start next game, or we go back to Raya for all the league games from now on, and Ramsdale just plays in this competition. Or maybe Ramsdale gets a chance in the Champions League next week. We will have to see. This leads Arsenal to play West Ham away at the London Stadium for the next round, which is going to be another hard test in London, already just playing Brentford. We'll see if Arsenal can go further in this competition, but they definitely have a chance of winning it now Manchester City are out. Arsenal's next game is against Bournemouth away to see if they can win. Last year they won it convincingly, but Bournemouth are a much better side, so it'll be very interesting to see if they can keep that momentum. Obviously, going into the Manchester City game next weekend, that is the big one. Now, if you like this video, please like and subscribe, and thank you for watching.